James had always considered himself a man of restraint and composure. He treasured Dakota, the woman he had promised to love and protect. And together they had built a life filled with shared dreams and challenges they had overcome side by side. Yet, beneath the veneer of their seemingly flawless marriage, a dark current was quietly forming. James first sensed something was off when Dakota began spending increasingly long hours away from home. Her explanations grew more elaborate with each passing day. He wanted to trust her, but a persistent doubt gnawed at the edge of his mind, impossible to ignore. One evening, while Dakota claimed she was out with friends, James stumbled upon a revelation that shattered his world. A series of messages on her phone, confirming his worst fear. She was involved in an affair. A surge of anger washed over him, but he resisted confronting her right away. Instead, he began to formulate a plan. If Dakota believed she could betray him and walk away unscathed, she was gravely mistaken. James decided her treachery warranted a lesson so profound it would linger in her mind forever. Over the following months, he played the part of the devoted husband flawlessly, showering her with affection and pretending their bond remained unbroken. He even organized an extravagant trip for their upcoming anniversary, all the while harboring a secret agenda. Dakota, unaware of the storm brewing in James's heart, assumed she remained in control. When the day of their anniversary arrived, he revealed a surprise getaway to an exotic island. Dakota was ecstatic, believing it would rekindle the romance between them. Little did she know, the vacation marked the beginning of her undoing. On the day of departure, they boarded a private jet James had arranged. Dakota beamed with excitement, marveling at the lengths he had gone to make the celebration special. Mid-flight, James turned to her with a calm smile. "I have a gift for you," he said, presenting a neatly wrapped box. Dakota's eyes sparkled with anticipation as she eagerly opened it. Inside were stacks of legal documents. Confusion quickly replaced excitement as she skimmed through the papers. Her smile vanished entirely. These were divorce papers, already signed by James. All their assets had been transferred to him, leaving her with nothing. James's plan, however, extended beyond financial ruin. Leaning in, he whispered softly, "By the time we land, everyone you've ever cared about will know about your affair. Your family, your friends, your colleagues. I've sent them all a little gift, just like this one." Dakota's heart sank as the scope of his retribution became clear. Her affair would be exposed, her reputation destroyed, and the life she had meticulously constructed would crumble beyond repair. There was no escaping it. As the jet touched down on a remote island, James gathered his belongings, turned to her one final time, and said with chilling calmness, "Enjoy your stay," before walking away. Another plane waited for him, ready to take him back to the life he had planned. Without her, stranded alone, Dakota faced a harsh reality of her choices. No money, no friends, and a reputation in ruins. The luxurious getaway had transformed into a prison of her own making. Attempts to reach out for help proved futile. James had ensured the island was completely isolated, leaving her entirely cut off from the outside world. She was utterly alone, forced to reckon with the consequences of her betrayal. Meanwhile, James returned to his life, feeling an immense sense of liberation. He had severed ties with the woman who had deceived him and could now embrace a fresh start unburdened by her treachery. He moved forward with confidence, knowing Dakota would never forget the lesson he had imposed. In the end, James found solace not only in surviving her betrayal, but in emerging stronger. The revenge he exacted was more than retaliation. It was a reclamation of the justice he believed he deserved. Dakota, on the other hand, would spend the rest of her days haunted by the decision to betray the man who had truly loved her.